Hey guys, it's Kurt from C2 Performance talking about the starter kit. So last year I was just selling more of the full fitness, 6 bands, 2 of each color, gray being light, red being middle, black being heavy, and then all the attachments, handles, wrist and ankles. So this year, scaling it down, make it more affordable. 2 bands, your color, gray, red, or black. I prefer gray or red for what I'm doing here. You get 2 ankle cuffs, you get 2 wrist cuffs. Wrist cuffs, you just pre-cuff it, slide your hand in there, put it on, make sure it spins. Ankle cuff, put it around your ankle, slide it through the rectangle, and make sure it spins. And then, if we're gonna work on our ankles first, you put a mark down 9 feet away, 8 feet, 9 feet. That's where you start. And then I suggest no more than 11. But the load is here. So my videos talk about durability in our hips. When we get older, we lose strength in our hips and our butt. So we work a lot on this balance. I'm focusing on one thing. I'm keeping my core tight, my glutes tight, and I'm just basically elevating my knee up, keeping my core tight. Now I make this look super easy, but guarantee you when you put it on the first time, you're gonna fall back, you're gonna struggle because you've never thought about this before. You've never kept your core tight. You've never lifted your knee. So I bring you into all these movements of hip flexion to leg extension. Notice I'm always on one leg. There's progressions, you guys. Holding a chair, holding onto something, touching the ground each time, not touching the ground, hooking up both wrists and ankles, but you're only getting 2 bands with this kit. We work on the abduction of your hip. We work on the adduction of your hip, the groin. We work on the hip extension of your lower body. The key, in my opinion, for you as an everyday person, you got pain in your hips and your back and your shoulders, you're not utilizing any of these muscles. They don't work anymore. They don't trigger. It's not building mass. It's building a nervous system response to a muscle group. It's like flexing your bicep. We've done this millions of times, right? But how many times do you squeeze your glutes during the day? Unless you're in my line of work, you're not doing it. So PT, I know a lot of people go to PT and it's the same thing. You got to fire your glutes. Well, these bands are needed to do it. So I talk about extension, pulling, getting yourself to really fully understand what it means to fire your glutes. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff with the ankle. It's not long though, 5 minutes. You repeat these movements. Then we just go up to the wrist. And when you use your wrist, you guys, we can't cheat with our hands. We've always used our hands for everything. Squeeze a bar, squeeze dumbbells. Well, now guess what? My palms are open. And the stuff that I'm doing with these things, it's all core activation, okay? So the videos are great. They're short, they're sweet. Standing sideways, not letting the bands pull me to the wall. Wax on, wax off stuff. Like this is all just core. I'm not letting the bands win. That's why these gray bands are really nice. Okay, and you do it the other way. All these movements that I show you. And then we end this way. So arm circles, range of motion, big each way, creating range of motion on our shoulders, chest. My favorite drill is I say, imagine holding 2 cups of water above your head. And you got to bring it down, lift it up without spilling a drop. Well, then progressions are 1 arm to 1 arm, 1 arm, 1 leg, 1 arm, 1 leg. And I tell you what, you talk about activation, it's amazing. So the starter kit is great. It's 55 bucks. The video comes with it. Start with that. If you want to add to it, you can add red bands, you can black bands, more things. So check out c2equipment.com, starter kit.